We're friggin' nobodies. We're Jacob and Noah. We're friggin' nobodies. Welcome to our show. We're friggin' nobodies. We don't know much. We're friggin' nobodies. We're old and out of touch.
Are we on? Okay. Hey, hi. So he's pissed off because we already did this episode, and it was perfect. It was going to make us so much money.
Best one we ever did.
Yeah, going to make us so much money. But
It didn't record.
it didn't record. Yeah. So
I don't know why. Anyways, we're friggin' nobodies.
And
God damn it.
we have a sponsor.
Oh, yes, a sponsor.
Yeah.
We have a sponsor.
Today's episode is brought to you by
Food.
Yes. So if you're hungry,
Eat food.
yeah, it'll keep you healthy. It'll keep you wise. It's
good
Unless
stuff.
it's bad food. Don't eat bad food.
All right.
Are you hungry? Well, we've got the answer. Why not try food? It keeps you alive.
All right. I'm going to read this right up. God damn it.
Wait. You didn't even tell him the topic.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry. Today's episode is about death and about how people should die. It's not a bad thing.
He's so pissed off right now. It's
I
funny
got
to
a,
see.
I got a whole write up on it. It says 46 seconds. I hope this is recording this time.
Yeah.
I got a write up. He doesn't, but it worked okay
It
last
was great.
time.
Like I said,
20
one
minutes
of the best.
ago.
One of the best. It was so good.
God damn it.
So he's going to read it, and he's going to be pissed off the whole time.
All right.
And we're
Okay.
gonna
So
run with
Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson is the billionaire obsessed with living forever. You might have seen the Netflix documentary.
Not the guy from
I didn't.
AC/DC.
I didn't. I saw like one of those shorts. It was a clip of an interview, and I thought, screw this guy, and I moved on. Anyway, so he's obsessed with living forever, or at the very least, with seeing how far he can push the lifespan of human beings in general. I mean, starting with himself, of course. There is nothing special about his obsession. It's as common as mud. The concept is as old as we are, and the dangers with that obsession are well known to us, even if we choose to look the other way and pretend that they don't exist. He's putting his money into one of the most cliche places possible, another rich man who's afraid to die. Now, it's not like I don't like life. Life rocks. Being alive is splendid. But I also love fairy tales, myths, and religions. And in the stories from these worlds, humans are warned repeatedly of the folly in searching out immortality. Whether that be, I still got the same problem, Tithonus?
Tithonus?
No, it's not. I just listened to it on YouTube.
Oh.
Anyways,
Yeah,
whether
it's
that
Tithonus then, buddy.
it wasn't that necessarily. Tithonus, who is gifted with eternal life, well, it's not him, his lover, but Eos or whatever asks for him to have it.
Oh, it was the dawn. I always thought it was the moon.
Was eternal life, but not eternal youth. So then he ages until he becomes as dry and brittle as an old cricket. Or Gilgamesh, who, after failing to find the plant that would grant him his wish, comes to accept that lasting legacy through deeds and culture is the best he can hope for. Or Adam and Eve, who are stripped of eternal life in order to obtain knowledge of good and evil, which we could see as like consciousness itself. They're then kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and this is what it means to be human. To be aware that we are not here forever. We have long been obsessed with the concept of immortality while simultaneously telling stories about the dangers of being obsessed with it. Now, in some cases, we see how ideas, or gods more clearly, do achieve this, but that is for their domain and not ours. The Norse gods consume apples that let them live forever. The 8 immortals in Chinese mythology are revered as symbols, but this is their domain, and not for humans. People like Brian Johnson, they're not taking fairy tales seriously enough. He probably thinks they're for children, but his pursuit of immortality by using his monstrous wealth could be used for something better and less selfish. He can't even become a Tithonus.
It doesn't get better, you know.
Someone out there, I mean, if we get enough people watching it,
Yeah,
we'll make fun
one of
it.
our 3 followers is going to correct you.
It might be me. Death is as natural as birth. It's an important part of human society. We are supposed to die. We are supposed to move aside and let the next generation move in. Focusing all your energy on living forever seems every bit as pathetic to me as a 45-year-old man still hanging out in the dance clubs trying to dress like he's in his 20s. The jig is up, man. Grow up and move on.
The first time you read that, immediately I thought of Will Smith.
The jig is up?
The jig is up,
Yeah.
and out on the club. He's 45 years old, writing songs about pretty ladies.
Maybe so. Death will come, and it's not such a bad thing. It may be sad. You leave people behind who love you, if you're lucky, and you move on. Maybe into an eternal abyss of nothing, or maybe into something more. Who cares? You can't know, and being dead on an operating table for 10 minutes won't give you those answers. Nothing will give you those answers. So grow the hell up and accept it. If we don't die, the next generation can't live. We have to move on. And for me, at least, a big part of living is learning how to accept your inevitable death with grace and maturity. Imagine the population issues if we extend life to 120. Imagine the cultural issues if we still have people around from the 1800s. Never mind the economic issues with people living far beyond retirement. Why would anyone want that? Death is a beautiful thing. It's how we say goodbye to the living and move on to whatever is next, even if what's next is nothing. Don't run to it. Don't run from it. Just accept it. And I'll end with this.
Okay.
Collateral was an okay movie.
It's all very familiar.
I was enjoying it. It's Michael Mann, Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx. Might have seen it. It was an okay movie. I was enjoying it up until the ending. And then the ending was so stupid that I no longer thought the rest of the movie was that good anymore.
First time through, you didn't say why it was so stupid, though. I don't.
Doesn't matter. I don't like the ending.
Okay.
And
I just
some
didn't
people
remember it.
might.
All right. I just don't remember it.
We'll talk about that off camera. Secret. Big secret. Today's episode is brought to you by food.
And not spoilers.
I know a lot of gamers who loved Mass Effect, but were so irritated with the ending that they no longer rated the games very highly afterwards. Even though after Part 2, they would have likely claimed it was one of the best story game experiences they ever had. Shows like Lost and Prison Escape delayed their endings for so long that they had no punch when it finally came. They dragged out the middle and ruined the ending. The quality and location of an ending can change how well everything preceding it was viewed. People don't take soap operas seriously. Modern serial television also suffers from this because they just go on forever. You need an ending to be able to judge if the story was any good. And death, it's the ultimate ending. So if you don't have an ending, or if you spend too long running away from it, you don't have a story worth hearing. Just ask Achilles. There's the write-up.
It was a pretty good write-up the first time, too. Second time was just as good.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm still angry about this.
Also, it's good that we're sponsored by food, and that the Garden of Eating, where they had the apples or the fruit, I forgot that the Norse also were eating apples.
Yeah, well, in Norse mythology they were, but in the Garden of Eden they don't explicitly say apple.
It's just fruit.
It just says fruit.
Yeah, could be pears or dates for all we know.
Be
Or
bananas.
figs. Nobody wants figs. So.
Everybody loves bananas.
You know what? It probably was figs. They were wearing a fig leaf.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, we solved that for you.
It was
Enjoy.
figs.
Yeah.
Eve made Adam eat a fig. It's not as poetic as some ways. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So anyways,
That's
yours
later.
was about these Botox weirdos.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. What I thought was, in addition to not actually dying and looking for eternal life, that the quest for youth is, what, just a manifestation of that? Another face on it? In the sense that you're so afraid of getting old, whether it's death or not, that you're trying to preserve your youth, whether it's sort of human growth hormones or Botox or surgery or whatever.
Blood.
Or just having a blood boy. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Well, no, people get their blood changed out with young blood?
Yeah.
That's a thing? That's a real thing?
Yes.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, they're doing studies on it. They haven't proven anything, definitively, but
It probably feels good anyways.
why not try it?
Isn't that like Elizabeth Bathory? Is that her name?
No, it was Elizabeth Bathory.
Was that who it was?
I believe it was.
She bathed in the blood of virgins or something like
girls, and that's not the same thing. You're not getting it swapped out. You're just sort of bathing in it.
that? No, but it's a similar idea.
Yeah, she was a pretty horrible person.
Like they're obsessed with this notion of young blood making them themselves younger somehow.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Which is why vampires are stupid.
I would take the bargain probably. However,
Maybe. On a just quick, unrelated, this is going to be a sketchy episode. If you look at what rabies does, a desperate fear of water when it gets to the end, and a huge aversion to terrible smells, very aggressive. There's so many of the symptoms of rabies that line up with vampirism.
huh.
And then you die. And when they would dig up the people with rabies, it looked like their nails were growing because all of the skin receded, and their teeth were growing because their gums receded because they were dead. So a lot of overlaps between rabies and vampirism.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
weird aside.
Nothing to do with...
about that extending middle part of your life. It's a weird thing to do because the harder the more effort you spend trying to look like, I think we agreed it was 20s people were shooting for the most part.
Yeah, why not? Or early 30s. Somewhere in that range.
No one's trying to look like a baby. No one's getting, make me look more like a baby.
We mentioned that. There are people that look like babies.
Not a lot of them. Not enough for my money.
They're not doing it for the same reasons.
No, they're not doing it for the same reasons. But you're trying to look like you're in your 20s for what reason? You want to hang around with those people again?
God, no.
Like
No.
they're all, does it make, you're so culturally divided from them. It makes no sense to be wanting to, like we talked about this as well. We both come from a rural community.
Yeah, tiny town.
Yeah, so I was watching
He's from
TV
Porcupine.
shows.
I'm from South Porcupine.
I was Manitowoc before that.
Yeah, I didn't know you then.
You didn't know me then, that's true. Still seems like it's working. So
It better be working.
not only are we old, I mean, at 52, not super old, but old, nonetheless.
We're not middle-aged. I'm not living to 104.
But we also feel like
we're
we're older because, I could
Yeah,
use another
okay.
one now, sure.
Sponsors paid for this beer, eh?
Because a lot of the media that we got, I got too close to the mic there. A lot of the media that we got in this small town was 10, 20 years out of date.
God, yeah.
So I was watching Leave It to Beaver, Little Rascals and stuff, even though I'm way too young for that kind of thing.
So much happy days.
So now that I'm living in Vancouver, it feels like I'm even older than the people that are the same age as me because of the fact that I grew up in these places.
Well,
so I can't imagine
just
trying to
the
look like I'm in my 20s than hanging out.
Just the references.
Jesus.
Like, it's hard. Like, I can make references with him because we grew up together, but I can't make references to, I don't know, Jason the Wheeled Warriors to kids. Like, you don't even know it. It was a crappy cartoon. I didn't watch Leave It to Beaver. It was before my time. You want to do mine as well there? Thanks.
You betcha.
Good guy.
There you go, sir.
And in all honesty, I remember us growing up together in our 20s, and, well, to put it bluntly, we were dicks.
Yes, yes.
I don't want to hang around with Noel in his 20s because that guy knew everything. He was 100% confident, and he was wrong about so much.
Yeah, we talked about this as well. So the expression that the hippies used to have was never trust anyone over 30. But what my dad told me was every guy's an asshole till he's 30. Now that might have been just him excusing his 20s. But as I got older, I started to see it an awful lot more. And in my 20s, I didn't fully get it. But then as I matured and I became what I think is a better person, I started to see the wisdom in that. All of a sudden, I realized, yes, I don't know if it's just men or not, because I mainly hung out with men. But there's something about how they mature where some of the worst aspects of the way that they rib each other or want to fight or overconfident in who they are, a lot of that stuff fades away.
I was going to say it's a confidence. Once you take a bunch of losses and you suffer, you start to realize, I'm mortal, I'm fallible, and the lessons that I've learned should be imparted on the younger generations.
You would hope, yeah.
One would hope. Like, I desperately needed someone who would tell me when I was in my teens that being 45 isn't going to be the best. I wanted to be 45 in my teens because then I didn't have to put up with the shitty people around me, and I would be respected. I would have wisdom. I'd be settled in my job.
Can.
Yeah. It would be great, but, 45, I still didn't know as much. I wasn't confident. If I had someone around to tell me, look, it's going to be the same way through, it just depends how you approach life and live your life and stop looking for things to be better. Mm-hmm. When I was young, I wanted to be much older. Now that I'm older, I do not want to be young again.
No, neither do I. I like right now.
Sorry. No, I would love to be young. But what I don't want is to appear young and hang around with young people.
I definitely don't want that.
But to be young again, I would do that in a heartbeat.
I know, it depends what I'm losing by doing it.
But
you'd have to explain the deal to me pretty cleanly.
No. The deal is the God deal. Look, I'll make you young like that.
And I keep everything else.
Yes. And who wouldn't take that?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I would
I'd
do
probably
that in a
take
heartbeat.
I just don't want to hang around with 20-year-olds anymore.
No, but if someone came to you and said, hey, you will look like you're 25 for the next decade, there's no goddamn way I'd do it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound interesting at all. So there's two things we talked about before that I want to bring back up. One of them is, as you do this Botox or whatever the hell, you get rid of wrinkles, but you lose expressiveness.
Yes. You become, as we said, the portrait of Dorian Gray.
Yes.
You become immobile, young, smooth, but no expression and no movement.
Yeah, your kidneys are getting older, your lungs are getting older, everything else, but you look like you're not.
Yes.
Right? Which is
except for your neck, which looks like a lizard neck.
Which is a creepy thing in and of itself. And then on top of that, you're losing a bunch of ability to communicate. Right?
Yes.
Like we were saying, kinesics makes up, I read 70-75% of human communication. So our words are only so good. This is words, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, this is words too. I was doing that behind you. While you were
I
talking.
know you were doing something.
It was worth it. I'll do it again.
They will only take you. We did have this idea where one guy would read his thing and the other guy would blah, 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 and pretend he's the one saying it. Even give stupid faces to show how little we think of each other. Anyways, you're
not gonna
losing
do that.
ability to communicate. And it's such a hugely important thing, because you're relying on facial expressions, little ticks, the way your eyes move, all of these things to try to impart what you're saying, because words are frequently not sufficient.
Gosh, and it just destroys all the character in your face.
And I like character in
Yes.
the face. I would way rather date Helen Mirren looking old, and maybe she's had some work done, but she looks like an old lady. She's
Yes.
a good-looking old lady. I'd rather date someone like that than I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I've seen a number of
Power
women
through it, bud.
who her age who clearly have had a ton of work done, and they're trying to look younger.
Yeah.
And it just looks gross to me.
It does. And also, just as an aside, for my whole life, some of my favorite people to hang around with are old ladies, because they have seen so much shit
Oh yeah.
in their life. They hung around with dudes their whole life. They've seen all their girlfriends do terrible things.
Mm-hmm.
They've seen a ton of shit, and you can say awful things and they'll laugh at them because they know it. Young girls aren't going to do that.
And I like-
young boys aren't going to do that.
I like being able to tell that by looking at them
Yes.
too. So I wonder.
Like a sly twinkle and a bunch of wrinkles or a wink or what. That's great stuff. You don't get that with Botox.
So here's an idea. We were talking before about how 1,000 years ago, if you were living in a tribe or even an agrarian culture, the elders in society would be respected.
Yeah, they would be
And
the
the-
repositories of knowledge.
And with it, the culture wasn't changing so quickly. So by the time you were 60 or 70 or an elder, whatever that age
Yes.
happened to be, the younger people would be able to go to you for wisdom because you grew up in a culture similar to their culture.
You're doing the same things, hunting, fishing,
Right.
growing, what have you.
Whereas with now, the culture is changing so rapidly that we just, okay, boomer, you were saying they're even doing it with Gen X now.
They're starting to get around to Gen X, at least on the forums that I'm on. And my example that I gave that I liked was, I can teach my daughter how to get through to Ticketmaster faster on a rotary phone, but it's not knowledge that's going to help her.
It's not going to help her. Yeah.
No, but that's the knowledge I have.
Because technological advancement is happening
I know how
so
to adjust
quick.
the antennas on a television
Right.
to get better reception.
Well, and that Keynesian bargain we made with technology doesn't just increase our destructive power. It also divides our culture more and more from generation to generation. So now the generations, by the time you get old, like we're saying, you're going to get ostracized by the younger people and not revered by them.
No, because I have no idea what's happening with technology.
So maybe the appeal with part of this looking younger is that now you get back in.
Oh, so you're steel manning it, because I steel manned it last
I know
time.
you steel manned it last
Yeah.
time, and I'm just thinking like maybe that's part of the appeal now is like, well, they're not going to take me seriously because screw old people now because they're too culturally
I'm
divided
just going to
from
counter
us.
with your argument before when you're running it down, which is, no, it's for sex.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah. It would be lovely. It'd be lovely to think, oh, yeah, I'm going to go and look like the youth so I can get in on the secrets of technology. No, it's boning is what it is.
It's probably that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the women want to be liked by younger men and the men want to be liked by younger women.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. So sad.
It is.
So sad. You're not even procreating anymore. You're just like shoving your wrinkly old... Anyways, I'm not going to go any farther than that. It just gets gross. Like, just make love to someone your own age, man.
Or even, I was going to say a decade, but no, you've got to be old to have a decade.
Nobody wants
like
an
50,
80-year-old
a decade
dad.
either way, nobody cares. 20, a decade either way, horrible. Don't do that.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that. Yeah. Food. Eat food.
Are you hungry? Well, we've got the answer. Why not try food? It keeps you alive.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
I hope it was a good time.
Yeah. Great sponsor.
Yeah, we had fun. Food.
Eat it.
So, the thing about getting old and dying is that you should do it.
Oh, yes.
Like, don't waste your time trying to look young or pretending like you're...
No.
Nobody likes young people anyways. They mostly suck.
I mean, honestly, you had the wherewithal, the skill, and the forethought to be born. You should have the same thing for dying.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
It's as natural as coming out of your mom. Except they put you in the ground.
Yeah, and you got to
afterwards.
crawl back in at some point, too.
Don't tell your mom I said that.
It's the other side of that bargain, right? So I guess that was the point of the episode. I don't know if we missed anything from last time.
I don't know. That last episode was perfect. It was
I
so
know.
good. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we brought up, but I don't know if there is. And I don't know if you guys want to watch us muttering because
No, I didn't want to watch us muttering.
Because probably even the
And he was so angry at the beginning. You've really turned it around.
thanks. Yeah. Well, yeah.
You live, you learn, you grow.
Yeah, we didn't even do anything wrong. The computer screwed up, as far as I could tell.
That's what old people say when they don't understand technology.
Might be time.
Yeah, it might be
We're
time.
pushing it already.
A buddy of mine, he told his kids that, listen, if I start to lose it in my head, just don't give me a warning. Like if I start forgetting things or getting Alzheimer's, just take me out fishing. Just push me over the edge. And so every time he forgets where something is in the house, his kids say, hey, Dad, you want to go fishing?
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty sweet. So be like that. Take your dad fishing. Sink him in a lake.
Roll with it, accept it, grow up. And do we have any more to say? We
I
done?
don't think so. We got food. We got sponsors.
We got sponsors.
We're recommending people die on time and not drag it out too much.
Yeah, don't commit suicide in your 30s. But when you get into your 70s, don't worry about it so
I
much.
wanted to mention this last time. Canada has a problem right now because we have doctor-assisted suicide.
Yeah, MAID.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called
Okay.
MAID, I think. Yeah, MAI. I can't remember what it stands for. But
Well,
yeah,
whatever. Regardless, there are lineups because there's not enough doctors to kill people fast enough.
Wow.
People want to die so hard in Canada. Canada leading the way.
I did say don't run to it.
Yeah.
Like you should still have respect for life. The same reason I'm against the death penalty is the same reason I'm not so keen on that. Whatever. I'm not judging others. They do what they want to do, but I would recommend not running to it.
And also, we just did a whole article. It's not a death penalty. It's a death reward.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
He's not buying it.
Not at all.
He's not buying it.
It's okay to die. You shouldn't be afraid of it and looking to be young and all that crap. But it's also not something you should run towards. And life is something I think you should still respect.
Yeah.
And treat graciously.
Live your life. Don't try to extend it too far. You're just screwing everyone over.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And I guess we'll see you next week.
Okay. Yeah. Next week it is.
dead.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Rock on. Happy trails.
Have a great week.
Indeed.
Okay. You got that off?
I think so.
Okay, good.